Hi there, my name is Elena, and today I want to talk about breaks and break in terms of work, if you have a small project, if you have a small business, or if you're a content creator. And I want to talk about it from my personal experience. And yeah, just 3 years ago, I had three years ago, I had a big project about education, about content creating, about thinking about money for creators, for artists. And that time, like after 2 years of working on this project, I realized I'm kind of tired of this topic and I want to stop it, or I want to close it, or I want to switch to another topics. But that project gave me a lot of money and I had a passive income, a big one, like a salary, every month salary. And I just got an idea about 1 year gap because I had an income. I didn't know any other projects that I want to work on, and to be honest, I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to get new ideas about new projects, so I decided to have 1 year gap. And usually people talking about 1 year gap when they study. So before, after the school, usually sometimes people have 1 year gap before university to think about what topic do they want to choose, where they want to go to the university, or just what to do with their life and everything. And in my situation, it was kind of the same, because it was about thinking what I want to do next. And I didn't have any expectations, and I'm that person that I really don't know how to do nothing, how to not to work on anything. And I just worked and had my YouTube, like previous YouTube channel. And because I didn't had any expectation of that YouTube channel, I work on it like a hobby. I just filmed because I like it. I just showed what I liked. I didn't have any specific topic. I didn't have a fancy camera. I just did what I wanted to do. And maybe because of it, I had a grow in the end of the year. I can't say I didn't do nothing, but I didn't work on my launches because previously it was stressful. Like every 2 or 3 months I had a launch. Every 3 months I had a new tasks to do. I had a few people with whom I work that days, so I had kind of team, I had responsibilities, and I can't say I become tired of some process, but I become tired of topic. And I want to switch it and want to think about it. So now, after that year finished, I've got an idea that I can work on something new without expectations. I'm talking about YouTube. So that days I worked like a hobby, and because of it, it was not stressful. It was not tough. It was not that, that you are shaking on it, so you need to, it should be professional from the beginning. I just did whatever I liked, and that helped me to realize that I can do new projects in this way as well. So not shaking on it. And the second one, I got an idea of that changing your projects and changing your topics is also good. And especially it's good for myself, for me, because it helps me to grow, it helps me to share, it helps me to do new content. Yeah, maybe previously I had one topic and I get an audience based on that topic, and then I switch it and I need to start again to gain new followers. But that time I didn't worry about followers or about numbers at all, and it was a good idea not to think about it. So it helped me to realize that changing topics or changing projects or creating new projects is safe. I strongly remember that it was a good decision, and if I will need it in my future, I will do it again, but only when I will have a passive income again. Imagine, I don't have any income, I don't have any money, and then I realize, oh, I want to do a 1-year gap without any money on my back, and it's not a good idea, because in this case I will think about money all the time, I will stressful, I will be worried, and I will not gain any experience from that gap. So yeah, it's for me personally, it goes only if I have any income, or if I have money, like in general. For example, I just sold an apartment, or I just got money from my previous job, previous projects, and I have something in my bank account, so I have money for living for 1 year, so I will feel myself safe, and it will be helpful. But in another case, it will not. And it's the first story, and the second one is 4 months ago. I've got a 3-month contract in a lovely art studio, and it was a full-time job. So I went to studio every day, I worked every day, like full day, it's full time. And in the beginning, when I started, I thought, oh, I will have time to combine, move my full-time job and YouTube. But then I realized not. I did some videos, sometimes I even did 2 videos a week, but it was tough. And then in the end, I've got really sick for 2 weeks and then 1 week recovery. So in general, I didn't film anything for my YouTube for a month. And if you will watch any courses or videos about YouTube on YouTube or somewhere, everyone talks about that you need to be consistent, you need to post at the same day, at the same time. And yes, maybe some years ago it was true, but now it is not. And big bloggers, huge bloggers with million followers, are not already use this tip, because they're doing it from time to time, sometimes once a month if it's a big production, sometimes 3 or 4 vlogs a month, sometimes every day before Christmas. So I really feel like YouTube going in more sustainable way of creating content, because I feel like algorithm is not based on this time pressure anymore. Yeah, my statistic went down on that month, obviously, but it's not a big problem. When I came back to film YouTube again, new videos, I just got a lot of ideas, I got a fresh eye on my YouTube channel. After 1 month, only 1 month, I got a really another thoughts about everything, so I didn't have any for YouTube time at all. I didn't watch it, I didn't film it, and then I started again after a month. I realized, oh, I got an ideas, I've got a lot of thoughts, I've got a fresh start, I don't know how to say, and I was afraid then, okay, after a month, I lose my habit of filming, and then I will sit in front of the camera and will be struggle to say something. But no, I just started it's supposed to be, a fresh new start after a month, and I was impressed, to be honest. Yeah, I was impressed of myself, because I always got that idea that you need to do something consistently if you want to have a habit. Yeah, it's true, but if you have an experience, if you had that habit before, it will be so easy to bring it back. And now I'm not afraid of taking breaks on my YouTube or on creating content. For YouTube, I had that fear that I need to do, especially when I started a new channel, I'm from the beginning, I need to do it again professionally. And then I realized, no, I don't need to. I started to be a blogger when I was 13, years old. I've been in school when I started to have my own public blog, when I had an audience, when I write something like from teenager stuff. Then I switched it to design blog, so I had it on my personal website. Then I switched it to Instagram and then to YouTube. So all my life I'm creating content, and all my projects always been based on content creating or creating content based on my life. So I always talked about myself, I always showed my life, I always been somehow in a camera, not always in front of camera, but I always filmed and I always write about my life, about my projects, about my thoughts, what I think about stuff going on in my life. So now I'm 30, not 13, and after, oh god, how many years? It's like 17 years of being blogger. I see my path and I can say that yeah, you can switch from platform to platform, and from years to years platform will always change. And it doesn't mean if you have a huge YouTube or a huge TikTok, you will do it next year. It doesn't matter, to be honest. It doesn't matter. It matters only now, only here, when you're talking about your life here. If you feel like it's for you right here and right now and you want to change it, you will never start from the beginning. You will never start from the completely zero. You will always bring your experience with you. You will always bring your experience from previous projects, from previous topics with you, and you will build your new projects, your new topics, your new, I don't know, YouTube channel, like content, any content. We can struggle with money making, with ideas, with people around, with our circle of friends. Sometimes think if we will continue to do something, it will be safe because we did it previously and it was okay. So if I will going on, it will be okay, the same okay. But sometimes it is not, because we are changing, our environment, like people around us are changing, our family are changing, like world around us are changing, and we can't stand on one topic and say, no, all my life I worked only with that one tool and I want to continue to do it for my 10 years next. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes we need to be more light to start something, and it doesn't matter that we need to start some new idea or some new project and close a previous one. No, we can do both. We can start a new project or a new small business, and we'll see how it will go. Maybe in 1 month we will be tired of it, and it's okay. It's totally okay to... Sometimes people say that it's fail. So you started a new business, like small business on Etsy, for example, and after a month or after, 6 months, you close it and oh, you failed. But it's not about fail. It's opposite. I've got a new experience and I've got a new understanding of what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And if I are sitting and writing plans for like next year, or if we have plans for next month or something for next project, it's also important, write not only about what I want to do, but also what I want to stop to do. I have sometimes a bigger list of what I want to stop to do. I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do that, like respond to haters. I just want to block it and delete it. Or I don't want to use my big camera because it's hard to film on big camera. I want to start with filming with my iPhone. So what I want to stop to do, sometimes more helpful than to write or to think about what I want to do. Yeah. Hopefully it helped you to get some ideas about your life and have a small break, even a small break for one day or small break for 1 week will help to improve life, improve your future projects, improve your content creating, improve your relationships with people. Sometimes it's good to realize expectations, but not always. We should separate ourselves from expectations from another people, from followers, from people around, and see it and think, what do I want? What do they want? And how we could combine it all together. And sometimes small break will help you to understanding or will help you to have new ideas about how to deal with it. So yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully it was helpful. Write your comments, or maybe you had an experience of 1 year gap or small gaps, or maybe you had huge improvements after it. Just share your experience with other people in comments. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next videos. Bye bye.